All right. I've got maybe 11 minutes or so. It's been crazy today, guys. All kinds of different things going on. Oh, jobs. Oh, job interviews and such. So I might have to get off in 10 minutes now. I will be back after my interview to continue more learning. But since I'm here, I'm going to try and get in some digital forensic questions. All right. Let's see there. That's good. All right. So, a cyber forensic investigator is acquiring evidence for a case. The investigator is recording the entire acquisition process on video, as well as recording timestamps for each action and collecting evidence in order of most to least volatile. Describe the purpose of these extra steps. Select all that apply. Thank you. Hopefully they'll call on time. So, we've got to establish provenance of the evidence, to ensure non-repudiation, to ensure no evidence is missed. If the evidence is in doubt, then it may become inadmissible in a court of law. Establishing a timeline and recording the acquisition process establishes provenance of the evidence to ensure its admissibility. It may become impossible to reach non-repudiation if the suspect can cast any doubt on the integrity of the collected evidence. By capturing evidence in the order of volatility, from most volatile to less volatile. So when they're saying volatile, they're saying memory that can't last. So RAM has a lot. There's a lot of different caches. GPU, I think, is one of them. But essentially, they're saying this memory just gets deleted. More data can be captured before it becomes unavailable. In a best-case scenario, no re-examination of evidence would be necessary, although it does happen. This is not related to the purpose of these extra steps. Okay, next. Oh, let me break it. Oh, really? It just reloaded the same page. Okay, cool. Next. All right. I forgot Wireshark. So the resident IT administrator at a small community bank has hired an outside consultant to assist in investigating a suspected network intrusion. The administrator asks the consultant what tools or methods can determine if anything suspicious is happening on the network, predict which tools would be components of a viable response from the contractor. Select all that apply. TCP replay, Wireshark, TCP dump. TCP dump is a command line packet capture utility for Linux. The utility will display captured packets until halted manually, and it can save frames to a .pcap file. Hello. This tool commonly uses filter expressions to reduce the number of frames captured, such as type, direction, or protocol. Wireshark is a graphical application that can capture all types of traffic by sniffing the network and save the data to a PCAP file. Wireshark is super important to use. TCP replay is a command line utility for Linux that can replay data from a .pcap file to analyze traffic patterns and data. Let's close all that. Let's see this. Let's see this. Oof. What is this? Okay, yeah. TCP replay is a command line utility for Linux that can replay data from a PCAP file and, for example, to analyze traffic patterns of data. Metasploit is an exploitation framework that can identify vulnerabilities through penetration testing, but it is not useful for gathering real-time information that would identify attacks in progress. Next. After a recent incident, investigators are performing forensics on a Windows server. While using various tools to examine damaged data, they discover the timestamps on the NT file and system NTFS volume do not seem correct and are a few hours different from local time. What determination should the experts conclude as the reason for the timestamp discrepancy? Timestamps are in coordinated universal time. Different file systems use different methods to identify the time when something occurred. NT file system uses UTC internally, but many file systems record timestamps as a local system time. In forensics, it is vital to note that offset between the local system time and UTC. In this case, as the time is off by a few hours, it is best to look at any time zone discrepancies. As NT file system uses UTC internally, the time zone must be calculated manually. Systems can be synchronized with a time source. Checking with the system clock would reveal the time is correct, and the timestamp in an NTFS volume differs from the system. Not all locations utilize daylight savings time. It's important to note the offset between the local system time and UTC, which is used internally by NTFS. Right. The computer system was breached at a medium-sized business. IT personnel began an investigation immediately. Some steps taken included a virus scan and a reboot. What has this breach compromised? Chain of the order of volatility, because when submitting digital evidence, it is important to prove the provenance of the evidence. If the evidence is in doubt, then it may become inadmissible in a court of law, or may become impossible to reach non-repudiation. Recommend strategies for establishing the provenance of the evidence during the acquisition process. Select a little pray. Collect evidence according to the order of volatility. Provide timestamps of the acquisition process. Record the process on video. This one is not considered good. It's good for internal use, but it's not admissible in court for some reason. Go figure. That's odd. Isn't it odd? I find it odd. Dude, I keep stepping on this rock. The cement right here. Man, it's painful. Yeah. I got you. All right. I will now focus on my next question. Image acquisition is the process of obtaining a forensically clean copy of data from a device held as evidence. Which types of storage should be carefully imagined as in an investigation? So we want to look at non-volatile and volatile. So non-volatile is like your hard disk drives, all that stuff. And then the volatile data is like RAM, memory cache. RAM memory. That's funny. Okay. Anyways, moving on. Temporary storage kind of stuff. Anyways. A cybersecurity forensics investigation team is investigating a compromised Windows system. The team has determined that being the only Windows machine on the network, the vulnerability may be at the operating system level. The team proceeds to acquire operating system level information from Windows, determine appropriate methods the team can use to accomplish this task. I actually asked, so there was a study session earlier today, and we were going over this question, and the reason why it bugs me, okay, is in Certified Ethical Hacker, they say very clearly, do not turn off the system, do not reboot, do not do anything to the state of that laptop, because if you do, you can change, well, first off, you're going to wipe the RAM, but second off, on the operating system itself, it could possibly change that memory. So all that information wouldn't be admissible in court. However, in this practice, for some reason, they are saying, so I went with this, and then I was like, obviously use memory dump to capture data from volatile memory. That was wrong. They want reboot and analyze memory dump files and initiate sleep mode and analyze the hibernation file. Now, nowhere in this question does it say that they made memory dump files. It just kind of like assumes it. And then you'll find that a lot in these questions. There's a lot of that. But anyways, what they were expecting, these are the answers. Reboot and analyze memory dump files. Check system and security logs. Initiate sleep mode and analyze the hibernation file. I did not design this test, but that's what they were saying. But memory dump was wrong. And I was like, they're like, well, it's for a Linux-based system. And I was like, oh, well. But there is a feature on your computer where you can put the setting in where it will, if there's some type of error, it will record, and then you'll have a file to look at. But that's on Windows. Computer system at a local company was breached. Since the incident, internal IT support has removed a USB flash drive found plugged into the machine. Security experts now question the validity of the chain of custody, which statement justifies the analysis of the situation. The evidence was tampered with. What is the main difference between a snapshot and a disk image? So disk images include bootloader and the operating system. Oof, don't hit that. Investigators pulled a drive out of a Windows workstation. As the investigation begins on the drive, it is discovered that the timestamps between the volume on the drive do not match. A FAT volume seems much different and correct by a few hours compared to an NT file system volume. While evaluating the evidence, what determination do the investigators conclude is the reasoning behind the odd timestamps on the NTFS volume? So those timestamps are in coordinated universal time. Next question. The resident IT administrator at a small community bank has hired an outside consultant to assist investigating a suspected network intrusion. The administration asks the consultant what tools or methods can determine if anything suspicious is happening on the network. Predict which tools will be components of a viable response from the contractor. Select all apply. So Wireshark, TCP replay, TCP dump. No Metasploit. That's exploitation framework. All right. The resident IT administrator at a small community bank has hired an outside consultant to assist in investigating a suspected network intrusion. The administrator asks the consultant what tools or methods can determine if anything suspicious is happening on the network. Predict which tools would be components of a viable response from the contractor. TCP replay, Wireshark, TCP dump. A cyber forensic investigator is acquiring evidence for a case. The investigator is recording the entire acquisition process on video, as well as recording timestamps for each action and collecting evidence in order of most to least volatile. Describe the purpose of these extra steps. Oh, guys, I have to go. I have an interview. I'll Okay, guys, sorry about that. I was going through and they were like, yeah, we want you to start working on Monday. And I was like, okay, I need to go talk to my wife. And so I went through and discussed it with her. She was not impressed with the amount of money that was being offered. It was about like $14 an hour. And so she said no. And then, yeah, just went from there, just told them no. Decided to run around like a chicken with my head cut off. Um, so we're going to go back to Certmaster Practice stuff. So, a cyber forensic investigator is acquiring evidence for a case. Investigators recording the entire acquisition process on video, as well as recording timestamps for each action and collecting evidence in order of most to least volatile. Describe the purpose of these extra steps. So we're trying to establish provenance of the evidence. We're trying to ensure non-repudiation. And we're trying to avoid retracing steps if the evidence must be re-examined. No, that's wrong. To ensure no evidence is missed. That's the important one. Retracing steps, that's actually, you kind of need to do that. Because what you're trying to do is you're trying to create a method in which anybody can perform the same actions. Oh my gosh. All right. To ensure no evidence is missed, to ensure non-repudiation, to establish provenance of the evidence. Oh my gosh, guys, look at the time. I feel like today, I have not had a whole lot of time to do a whole lot of anything. Anyways, what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to Certified Ethical Hacker. I'll be back. All right, guys. Let's see what we got going on. So, turns out I finished all the Certified Ethical Hacker labs. I totally forgot that, totally spaced on that. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into administrative application security. We're going to look at this aspect. I'm just trying to do 2 hours of lab for the rest of the day. Oh, hello, everybody. Hello. Привет, товарищ. All right. Well, wait for this lab to get going. But basically, my intentions are the last 2 hours of the day, try to do the labs. Yeah, I need to study like crazy for these exams. Oh, that's a cool idea. I don't need to go into detail about that. Let's see what we got going on here. So, implementing application whitelisting using AppLocker. Implement defense in depth using the AppLocker tool. By implementing AppLocker, network defenders can control software access to executable files, scripts, window installer files, dynamic link libraries, packaged apps, and packaged app installers. AppLocker enables the network defenders to maintain application inventory, prevent unwanted software infection, and standardize software within an organization's network. The objective of this lab is to deploy application whitelisting on the domain name network using group policies. Overview of AppLocker. AppLocker is an inbuilt Windows security program that can be used to control which applications the users run. When AppLocker rules are enforced, apps that are excluded from the list are allowed. Apps are blocked from running. The apps include executable files, Windows installer files, and DLLs, dynamic link libraries. The default executable rules are based on paths, and all files under those paths are included in the list of allowed apps. Group policy application rules can be implemented in a domain using AppLocker. So, smooth wall firewall. Password, tab, enter. So we press tab button twice, navigate to done button, press enter, wait for a few seconds to load the smoothwall firewall machine. All right, I waited a couple seconds. Bad password. I definitely like the screen size better. Yes. Launching Internet Explorer, which no longer works. All right. As per policy, employees of several organizations are barred from using Internet Explorer. Pretty much everybody is now. It no longer works. In this case, a network defender must know how to block Internet Explorer using AppLocker. Internet Explorer can be blocked using AppLocker. Click on Windows Start. Server Manager. Server Manager window will open. Navigate to the Tools menu. Select Group Policy Management. So the Group Policy Management Editor window will open. Expand the forest cnd.com. Navigate, select Group Policy Objects. Wait, what? Oh, I don't think they want me to. Expand forest, domains, CND. There we go. Woo, that was rough. All right, navigate select group policy objects and select new. All right, the new group policy object prompt opens. Type whitelist using app locker. Whitelist. Hello. Whitelist. Using app locker. Click on OK. A new group policy object named whitelist using AppLocker will be created in the policy group policy objects folder. Hey, look, it's there. Good job. Right click, whitelist using AppLocker, select edit, option. Group policy management editor window opens. Expand and follow the path. Computer configuration. Policies. Settings. Oh, sorry, guys. Windows settings. Security system. Security settings. Select system. System services. Yep. All right, so on the list of services are visible on the right side pane. Double click on application identity. Application identity property window open. Find this policy. We're going to put it at automatic. Apply. OK. Next, scroll down under the left sidebar, navigate to computer configuration. Policies, window settings, security settings, application control policies, and then select app locker. Oh, there we go. The app locker configuration option will appear in the right pane. Click on the configure rule enforcement link. All right, that app locker properties window appears. The network defender can choose various enforcement rules to configure app locker. Here we choose the first option, that is executable rules configured. All right, check the configured box, select enforce rules, drop down list from the executable. Rules section, click apply, and then click OK. The problem with the screen is fit window to machine. Full screen. There we go. Apply, hit OK. So we did that. Expand app locker and right click on executable rules tab, select automatically generate rules. Next, retain the default publisher rules. Click on next. Once the rules are generated, you'll be able to review publisher rules. Click on create. I think I hit create. There we go. Default rule creation alert message box appears. Click on yes. This will automatically generate the executable rules. Oh, In the above list, the automatically generated rule for Internet Explorer is whitelisted. However, our intent is to deny users access to Internet Explorer. The below steps demonstrate how to deny access to Internet Explorer using App Locker. Right-click on the last rule from the list name Program Files, Internet Explorer, and click on Properties. Program Files, Internet Explorer, click on Properties. The Allow Properties window opens. Check the Deny Radio button and click on Apply and hit OK. Oh man, what's going on? What's going on over here? It seems like my phone's blowing up. Oh, wow, really? Did I break that? Is this free spin now? I broke it. I did break it, didn't I? Did I break this? No! I used to not spin like this really. Did I drink the plastic? So I just found plastic in there. So I probably drank some plastic. Hooray me! Look at me go. Micron with cheap tumblers. Hang on, guys. I gotta go fix this real quick. I will be back. That's funny. I drank plastic. Huh. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Whew. All right. Password. That. All right. So we are currently at. So currently says deny. Close the group policy editor. So I'm in the group policy management window. Right click on cnd.com. Make an existing group policy. Object option. We're going to select GPO. Select whitelist using app blocker. Policy object, click OK. Navigate to group policy objects. Okay, click on the whitelist using app blocker. Then click on the status tab. Click on detect now. Bottom right corner. Close the group policy management window after a few seconds. All right, so now we're going to our command prompt. Go the group update /force. Enter to update the policy. Wait for a few seconds to update the group policy. Computer policy update is completed successfully. Look at that. Now we're going to close command prompt. Now we're going to try to open Internet Explorer again. You'll receive the message. This block has been. Maybe I need to completely exit out of here. Let's do all this. It doesn't do that. Repeat step. Okay, well that didn't work. Hooray! All right, I'm Alice now. Open the File Explorer. Oh, my neck. All right, so File Explorer. Right click on this PC. Change settings. I don't have that option. Yeah, that's not an option. Let's go to System. Whoops. All right, so yeah, forget you and your silly way of getting to that. All right, so we went to change settings, change ... So the computer name, domain name changes, subwindow open, select the domain radio button, click OK. Cool. Okay. Back to System Properties window, click Close. Microsoft Windows message box opens, click Restart now. System restart. So yeah, there was broken bits of plastic in there. I probably drank some. It's okay. And I was going to focus on Certified Ethical Hacker, but I also thought I was going to be taking the test by the 18th. And for some reason, they're changing up all the labs, so I just want to make sure I get these labs done before I can't use them anymore. I want to sign in as Martin. This. All right. All right. It's a lot of command terminals. So yeah, none of it worked. Look at that. That's awesome. Let me go. So by implementing the aforementioned steps, Network Defender can implement policies for organizational requirements. You can apply whitelisting here in this lab. We have demonstrated only one policy, which can be applied by every user to deny access to necessary resources since administrative rights are required. To proceed to the next exercise, we will unlink the created whitelist using app locker policy. Doesn't work, so that doesn't matter. But we'll try and do this. Let's see if I can get into Server Manager. Tools, Group Policy Management. Okay. I don't get it. It says link enabled. Wait, what? Wait a second. Maybe it was never enabled? I don't know. So link is disabled, I believe, right? Yeah. Let's do all this. No. So what is this? I'm not entirely sure. Okay, so do all this. Implementing application whitelisting using software restriction policies. Implementation application whitelisting using software restriction policies, SRP, to control the application execution in Windows operating system. Lab scenario. Network defenders can implement a group policy-based feature called software restriction policies to identify and control software programs running on the systems in a domain. Software restriction policies enables network defenders to configure the systems to allow only specific applications to be executed. Software restriction policies is integrated with the Microsoft Active Directory domain services and group policy, but it can also be configured on individual computers. Lab objectives. The objective of this lab is to demonstrate how to administer application control policies using software restriction policies. If you have executed exercise 1 in the session, skip steps 1 through 8. Yes. Skipping that. Going here. Oh, hey, cancel that. Oh, am I supposed to sign in as Martin? Oh my. Let's see, who am I signing in as? Yeah, I'm signing in as Martin. I need Alice. Clicky there. Okay. It's not there for some reason. Oh, hey, look, that's the right one. Okay, open File Explorer and right-click on this PC. Oh, properties. That's why I was not. I was like, what? Okay, change settings. Change computer name. Domain changes sub window open. Select the domain radio button. Type cnd.com. Oh, it doesn't like that. It has to be capitalized cnd.com. All right, so that's already done then. Navigate the Z drive network. That's something. There's the Z drive. CND tools. Module 9. Copy the two folders, restricted programs and unrestricted programs. So copy. Oh, wait, so let's do this. I got it. Do Control C. Copy it to disk drive C. There we go. Restricted and unrestricted programs. Switch to add. Server manager, group policy, management. Editor window opens, expand forests, cnd.com, domains. Navigate and select. Group policy objects, right click, new. SRP. RP. App. Wait. Click OK. Okay. A new GPO named SRP app listing created in the group policy objects folder. Right click on SRP app whitelisting, select the edit option. So we're going to computer configuration, policies, Windows settings, security settings, system services. Okay. Check to find the policy, select automatic, apply, okay. Let's right click, new software restriction policies. Click on additional rules folder. New path rule. Unrestricted. Apply. Hit OK. Okay. All right, so now we're going to do new path rule. We're going to C/restricted programs. Let's allow, apply, okay. So, new root path will be added to the list, which is unrestricted and restricted to users. Cool. Close group policy management editor. Switch back to group policy management console. Right click on cnd.com. Link an existing group policy object. Select the group policy object window, open, select whitelisting, hit OK. Select cnd.com, detect now. Command. Policy. Policy is update was completed successfully. This is finance department. And apparently I broke the start button. Man, I can't even get a terminal right now. All right. All right, so this is what should happen. It's what's not happening. All right, this folder path will be whitelisted for the execution of programming. You will receive Hello World pop-up. Using the aforementioned steps, the Network Defender can use the SRP whitelisting technique to control the execution of the application on the client machine. Okay. Implementing application security using FireJail Sandbox. The FireJail application allows Linux users to run untrusted applications using the sandboxing technique. FireJail is a sandboxing application for the Linux-based operating system. A network defender can lock up unreliable. That's funny. So I have no use of any of this stuff. Did I get blocked? To execute third-party applications and strengthen the security level of the operating system, I can use Chrome. FireJail can sandbox any type of process, and it allows users to create application-specific profiles. The object of this lab is to demonstrate how to use FireJail to run applications in a limited environment. In this lab, we will learn how to install FireJail, install FireTool, graphical user interface tool for FireJail, run an application in FireJail. FireJail is a set owner user ID upon execution SUID program that restricts the running environment of untrusted applications using Linux namespaces and seccomp tech BPF. It allows a process and all its descendants to have their own private view of the globally shared kernel resources like the network stack, process table, and mount table. It sandboxes various processes like servers, graphical applications, and user login sessions. FireJail includes security profiles for several Linux programs such as Mozilla Firefox, Chromium, Videoland, Client, and Transmission. All right, so we've done the smooth wall firewall. That's kind of weird that we're going there. Let's hit Control Delete, password, enter. Go to Operations Department. So Alice, user at 123. Ubuntu. Uh-oh. Here we go. Whew. Alt, Control T. Install FireJail. Oh, thank goodness. I was like, I don't remember it. As forgettable as your password is. Okay. FireJail will be installed successfully. Next, to manage the sandbox app, a network defender can use the FireTool application. The following steps demonstrate how to install the FireTool application for FireJail. I don't think it's done installing yet, so. Now it's done. I get a prompt. Okay. Type command cd fire tool. All right, I'm in the FireTool directory. Now we're going to type the command sudo apt-tech git install y fire tools. Press enter. All right. While this is trying to download, I am going to go get some more water. I will be back. Never mind. I'll get more water later. All right, let's see. It's weird. It said failed to read the path, but then it opens it. This will automatically open the LibreOffice application. As you can see, you'll be able to view the child process executed by FireJail in the terminal. Next, we'll save the text file in the home. So we're going to File, New, Text Document. The untitled Tech1 document, click on Save File. So File, Save. Okay, new window opens. We're going to save file name as test1 ODT and location as documents folder. Then we're going to click save. Oh, come on. There we go. There we go. Okay, FireJail allows an application to save the document in the home document directory. We can deny access to home document using the custom application profile configuration security setting tools. FireTools allows the GUI to run the FireJail sandbox application. Issue the command FireTools. Press enter to open the FireTool GUI application. Let me do a new terminal. Maybe that'll help. There we go. Hey, look. Let's type in cd fire tool. Okay, we're in the fire tools. We're going to type fire tools, enter. Look, there it is. The fire tool application will open on the desktop. Next, open LibreOffice application from the fire tools box. Okay, we got that open. Minimize it. Next, switch to Fire Tools window and double click on Settings icon. So open the new Fire Tools window showing a list of the process with process IDs in the Fire Tools box. Hey look, FireJail LibreOffice. So we're going to close the Open LibreOffice document and switch to Terminal. All right, so where is my LibreOffice? Silliness. Okay, that closed. All right, close the Open Fire Tool process window. FireJail Sandbox uses profile-based application settings. It runs the application with the default profile, but the administrator can create different profiles for different applications. The following step demonstrates how to create a custom profile for FireJail Sandbox. So now we're going to go back to home. Okay, next. Create the configuration directory in the home directory. Mark directory tech p config / fire jail. Okay. Further, we will copy the existing application configuration profile from FireGel configuration. cd config / FireGel. Enter. We're going to copy the existing profile to the newly created configuration directory. So that's etc / FireGel office profile. Is there a space there? Okay. Office profile. Enter. So we have now created the new custom LibreOffice profile for the user. To edit the Libre profile, type sudo get it Libre. Enter. The first time it's prompted for the password that they said that it was supposed to. Okay. So the configuration file LibreOffice.profile will open and get it. At this point, we must prevent the application from accessing the document directory of the user. Add the following lines in the opened LibreOffice profile file at line 11. Click on save. So we're going to list LSI. Document folder will now be restricted to the user. So then you click save. There we go. We save that. Close get editor. So we're going to type the command jail LibreOffice. I didn't see the LibreOffice application open. Yeah, it doesn't even work. By following the aforementioned steps, a network defender can use the sandboxing technology to restrict the running environment of unreliable applications on the machine and thereby reduce the risk of security breaches. All right. Drink time. All right. Sorry about that, guys. It looks like I'm going to save where I'm at right now and call it. Let's see. So there we go. That's good. Oh my gosh. I got so many labs to do on this one. I've kind of put this one on the back burner. It's considered the last super duper important one to look at. But why is that saying completion unknown? I am done. It says 100% activities completed. I am very confused. All right. Access to your labs will expire. That's kind of weird. Anyways, guys, yeah, that's it for today. I'm going to probably head out of here. Thank you so much for your time. Hope you have a great day. All right.